Greetings everyone, John from Trizity Traveling. Today I continue my isolation flight series with a remake of my flight from Singapore Changi, one of my favorite airports, to Valana International Airport in the Maldives. Today we're flying on Silk Air. But before we get to the trip report, please take a moment to click the subscribe button and hit that reminder bell to be notified of future flights. We arrived from Tokyo Narita and spent part of our layover in the Ambassador Transit Hotel in Terminal 2, took a good long nap, and decided to take a peek around Changi Terminal 2 before we departed. Changi Terminal 2 is currently closed, being remodeled. It is very different from Terminal 3, which is wide open with high ceilings. Terminal 2 has very low ceilings. Feels much like a high-end shopping mall. And with many shopping malls today, there are many attractions. Spend some time relaxing next to the koi pond. The sound of falling water is quite soothing. And we, of course, needed something to eat. Many of the eating choices are on an upper level. If you didn't want to eat or shop, you could always hang out at the experience zone. Or like I like to do, look out the window. As I said, we're flying with Silk Air today. This will be my first time on Silk Air. Silk Air is a owned subsidiary of Singapore Airlines. It's kind of their regional arm. Operate mainly Airbus A320s or Boeing 737s. There's our aircraft. It's subsequently been transferred to another carrier. Back in row 17 today. Tropical humidity and air conditioning make fog. It's advertised at 31 inches of seat pitch and 18 inches of width. The pitch seemed a little bit more snug than that, frankly. I think this might be the norm in the post-corona era, a sealed refreshing towel rather than an actual hot towel service.
Welcome on board Silk Air. Your safety is of utmost importance to us.
We will now highlight the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Please ensure that your hand luggage is securely stowed in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you, and ensure all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas are clear. Do be careful when opening the overhead compartment. As we prepare for departure, stow your tray table with your seat back upright and your armrest down. Keep window shades open and your footwear on. Fasten this and pull to tighten it.
If you'd like to watch the full departure out of Singapore Changi from runway 20C, you can check it out on my aviation channel, Trizity Loves Airplanes. I have this takeoff and many more, as well as some plane spotting videos there for you to enjoy. Snack time included non-gluten-free snacks, mixed nuts with crackers, off limits for me, but my wife seemed to like them. Some crazy videos played on the overhead screens, very entertaining. Still not a seatback screen, but it'll do. About an hour in, we had our meal service, and immediately I knew I was in trouble. Seafood sweet potato, it's gonna be a problem for me. The rice cake, however, was delicious. And because this is a remake, the comment I had on the original was calling this, I believe, Nasi Lemak. I don't know if I pronounced that right. But the best part was dessert. Ice cream covered chocolate nuggets.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin landing shortly, please return to your seat, put your seatbelt upright and fasten your seatbelt. Secure your headrest, tray table, and ensure your window shades are drawn open. Please ensure that all your phones, including noise-reducing devices and earplugs, are removed and detached from your devices. As a safety requirement, please note when emergency exits are located. We will be switching off the Flash Studio now. All portable electronic devices must remain in flight safe mode. Electronic devices such as laptops must now be stored. For your own safety, toilets should not be used at this time.
And when you're flying over the Indian Ocean, there's not many highlights of landmarks or anything to look at. So 4 hours in, we're pretty much landing at Valana International Airport in the Maldives. The second runway, or I guess the new runway, is under construction. This was a very uneventful flight. Not much to look at, unfortunately. Fairly stormy clouds off on the horizon for most of the flight. Flight crew were excellent. No complaints about that. The only complaint I have about this particular aircraft is it was fairly warm inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bali. The local time is 30 minutes past 11 in the morning and the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. You may use your mobile phones and tablets now. However, please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched on. When leaving the aircraft, please take care in opening the bag compartments and check that you have not left anything behind. Have a pleasant day and thank you for flying with Silka, a member of the Singapore Airlines group.
I think the warm aircraft is just there to prepare you for 30 degrees Celsius, which is roughly 86 degrees Fahrenheit for those of you who don't know Celsius. But when you combine that with about 85% humidity, it's pretty toasty. This was the start of a wonderful week in the Maldives for us. Maldives had been a bucket list destination for me for many years, and this is the start of checking that box. Just a fantastic destination. If you have a chance to get to the Maldives someday, I highly recommend it. Pictures and videos seldom do the watercolor justice. If you have any questions or comments about today's flight, or the Maldives, or Barros Maldives where we stayed, please post them below and I'm more than happy to respond. And as we wrap up today, I'm going to give you a view off our deck at the water villa at the Barros Maldives Resort. and wish you and yours safety and happy travels.